You get into a trap prepared by a mad professor. He's conducting an experiment and wants you to dive into one of the 4 tanks filled with water. But the first one is packed with venomous snakes. The second contains acid that can eat even through metal. The water in the third one is swarming with bacteria. Piranhas are swimming in the 4th tank. Which tank should you choose to survive? Pick the 3rd tank. It's the safest of them all. Not all bacteria are bad. Lots of them are actually useful. A small family-run cafe in Paris was called 10 Flags. But near the entrance, there were just 8 flags. The owner could easily hang 2 more flags, but he refused to do it. Why? People often noticed this mistake and came into the restaurant to inform the owner. He had offered Mark to live in his beach house in Miami. He wanted his friend to enjoy some summer heat. But when John returned from a half-a-month-long business trip to Chile, he found out Mark was missing. The police listened to John's story and understood the man was lying. How did they figure it out? If it was summer in Miami, it was winter in Chile. And still, John came back suntanned. It means he hadn't been to Chile. Well, it was a bright sunny day. Yellow Brick Road is yellow. The White House is white. What color is the greenhouse? Not green, it's transparent. A kind old man, Mr. Snow, bought textbooks for $10 and sold them to schools in Africa for $1. After a few years, he became a millionaire. How did he manage to do it? Well, he started out as a billionaire, but spent so much money that he became a millionaire. Move 3 matchsticks to form 8 triangles. Yeah, just like that. It's a cold winter night. Your house is dark. You have 1 match. There is a candle and there is a wood-burning stove. What would you light first? The match. Poor people have it. Rich people need it. If you eat it, you won't survive. What is it? Nothing. What kind of dog never bites? Buy it red when you use it and gray when you throw it away. Charcoal. What is the shortest complete sentence in English? I am. When I'm young, I'm the tallest. As I get older, I get shorter. I'm afraid of the wind and glow with life. What am I? A candle. During a camping trip, you realize you have no water. Some water from a flowing river. Cactus water isn't the safest, and a stagnant lake is filled with bacteria and parasites. The least dangerous option is the flowing river. You've been stuck in the wild for days, and you have no idea which way leads to civilization. Which sign do you follow? A plane passing overhead? A flowing river? A group of animals? Your best bet is the river. Since the beginning of time, people have built villages along riverbanks. A mysterious biologist invites you to his home for dinner. The third has some fish brains. Which one is safe to eat? The plate of fish brains is the only dish that isn't poisonous. But the dinner isn't over yet. Michael invited his friends to come to his house for a party. After eating and dancing, the young people decided to play hide-and-seek. The only place Michael asked his friends to stay away from was his uncle's study. The guy explained that his relative was a weirdo, and his room was likely equipped with all kinds of traps. The game started. Daniel was having problems finding a safe hiding place. Panicking, he sneaked into the first room that was on his way. Only after the door closed behind his back and the lock clicked did he remember Michael's warning. The door he had come through had a password lock with letters on it. Totally perplexed, the guy looked around. Was that a slip of paper in the corner? He picked it up and saw 4 numbers on it. 1659. Daniel thought for a while and got out of the room. How did he do it? The code was the first letters of the 4 numbers, OSFN. Once, a prison guard accidentally overheard very disturbing rumors. Someone was planning a prison break. The guard watched all the footage from the surveillance cameras and discovered that 2 women spent time on her own and sometimes cried in her cell. After watching the video several times, the guard figured out which woman was planning to escape. Can you do the same? It's the second prisoner. There's a file in her bun. She can use it to get through the metal bars. Nathan, a successful entrepreneur with a multi-million-dollar business, and his friend Jackson, a famous private detective, returned from a long-term trip abroad. They decided to stop by at Nathan's villa on the way to the city. When the men entered the house, though, they saw that everything more or less valuable had been taken away. The entire villa was a mess. "I've only been away for a month. What's happened here?" exclaimed Nathan. Jackson took an apple from the dining room table and started to munch on it thoughtfully. "The lock isn't broken. It means that the person who took your stuff had the key." After a while, the detective asked Nathan to invite 3 people. Mia, Nathan's niece, told Jackson she hadn't visited her uncle's home. She had been having serious problems with her car for already 2 months, and the villa was too far away from the city to get there by public transport. Sarah, the maid, claimed she had stopped by several weeks ago to bring some food and tidy up, but since then, she hadn't been to the villa. Adam, the gardener, told the detective he had been on vacation and had just returned. He even offered to show his plane tickets to Jackson. The detective immediately understood who was behind the mess. You have 8 seconds to figure it out. It was the maid. She said she brought food several weeks ago, but the apple Jackson grabbed from the table was perfectly fresh. How many bricks do you need to finish a 3-story building fully made of bricks? It takes just 1 final brick. I can wave at you, but you won't hear me say bye. I make you cooler than you are. What am I? A fan. A guy bought a parrot. The seller promised the parrot would repeat everything it hears. In 3 weeks, it didn't say a word. When the guy asked to explain it, the seller said he wasn't lying. Was he honest? Yes, the parrot couldn't hear anything. Elizabeth, Stephen, and George are getting pumpkin soup. Karen, Lauren, and Jamie will have pizza. What will Helen order?